You're going to do time lapse, so it looks like we did it in 5 minutes, eh? It's like the worst YouTube video ever.
Hi guys, Jace here. Today we're going to look at bike frame protection and some tips on the best application and what to do and what not to do. I put varying types of protection on my bikes, from custom Invisiframe and ride wrap protection to basic 3M and all mountain style basic frame protection. First of all, why do we do it? Well, resale value, it does cost around 200 New Zealand dollars for the custom frame wrap. Will you get that back? Well, it's up to you. It does look better for longer and you don't get those micro scratches from water bottles and bike racks. It's easier to keep clean. You can hose it down. Everything just falls off it if you do it right away. And for those weight weenies amongst you, it's only 50 grams, so no real weight penalty. Today, we're going to use the example of ride wrap on Steve's brand new gloss Rocky Mountain Element 50. We have, however, got matte finishing. He prefers the look of matte, so we're going to change this gloss bike into matte. From experience, preparation is the key. Pin up the instructions on the wall, place the whole sheet on a table, put a towel on the ground to catch those drips, line up everything you need and test the spray bottles. Wear a head torch or make sure the area is brightly lit. So what do you need? Some of it you may get as part of the whole package, but I would recommend 2 bottles. One we'll call slip and one we call stick. The slip is a few drops of baby shampoo in warm water and the stick has a 50-50 isopropyl alcohol. Do not use 100% alcohol as you can damage the coating. Also a microfiber soft cloth to finish it off and a small squeegee. Old or new, clean the bike thoroughly before use. If it is used and a bit older, I would recommend something like this Auto Glim tar. It removes all of the oil and tar that is on your bike and it comes up really nicely. If it is new, maybe a little bit of alcohol and clean it down. Just clean each section before you apply the coating though, so as not to get thumbprints over everything else. Remove as much stuff as you can from the bike. So definitely the wheels and maybe zip ties. You may want to even remove your front chain ring. It is up to you. We didn't in this case. We just removed the wheels and this was good enough. Don't forget, before you start, read the instructions, or at least have a look at them and know what you're going to do. With the ride wrap, you start off with number 1, which is nice and easy, and continue up each time. But it does take a little while to get used to when you peel it off, looking at where it actually goes on the bike. If you have got some spare strips, do some practices. It'll give you confidence. I bought a whole roll of 3M tape just for spares and to have a little practice on my bikes, and I can also replace some bits if they wear off or they get scratched, or I have a crash like I do quite often. Start off on small parts as they tend to be a little bit easier to do. Alternatively, if it's a ride wrap and it's numbered, start off at number 1 as it starts at the rear and is smaller and it gives you a bit more confidence. First of all, spray both sides of the sheet with a slip solution, and you can also spray the frame if required and also your fingers.
Ah, there we go, that's what it should be. Yeah.
Start at the center and then go outwards in the opposite direction, so left then right. Prevent the tape from stretching and it will line up much nicer.
Yeah. Perfectly, isn't it?
Yeah, no bubbles.
Yep.
You can use your wet fingers, and sometimes you'll find this a little bit better to stick them down and push the bubbles out. Leave the edges a little loose. That will allow you to push the bubbles out from the center. If the bubbles are trapped there, you can always peel the film a little bit further back until you reach the bubble. Press firmly, but not too firmly with a squeegee, and then push them out to the outside. That will reduce the bubbles. When you get to the edges and they are soaked, you can spray on some of that 50-50 alcohol solution, so the stick solution. This will counteract and break down the shampoo, and it will stick really quickly.
We need maybe a little bit of alcohol just on this bit. It's just slipping. On your side. Yeah. Nice, Jace.
You can also use this solution to stick one side to start off with and carry on with the rest of the part. With most of these protections, the complicated bits are obviously the most challenging. So just take your time, line them up, use plenty of slip solution to get it in place, and then start sticking it down from the inside to the outside like the routine you've just developed.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It's not quite.
With the ride wrap, it recommends leaving 3mm at the edges and in between each other, so you know exactly where it should go. If you do drop a piece, don't panic, because you can always soak it in soapy warm water and then hang it. Use a squeegee to get everything off there, and you should probably be able to reuse it. If you do really damage your part, you can either contact Ride Wrap or Invisiframe or whoever you're using, and they will send you another part that was damaged.
Much later.
Now here's the end result. Look at it. It's Steve's Rocky Mountain Element 50. It is not perfect by any means, but it is pretty good. It took us about 2.5 hours or so, and we've changed that nice gloss into a matte. What do you prefer, the gloss or the matte? Either way, his frame is protected and it will clean easier, and he is pretty happy. Video is probably only 10 minutes or so, a hell of a lot quicker than it's going to take you to do the ride wrap. But have fun doing it, because once you've persevered, it's quite a nice thing to look at and step back and see your achievement at the end. And don't forget, it is going to keep it cleaner when you do sell it. It is going to help the resale value. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the content, and I will see you again soon.